Hi, I'm Tom Graven and I'm going to discuss what the coronavirus could mean for musicians, photographers and any other creatives. So let's get into the video. We are currently experiencing a pandemic with coronavirus or COVID-19. And in the UK, Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister, has decided to urge everyone not to go to pubs, clubs and restaurants and any kind of social gathering, but not officially close them. Hasn't forced any of them to close, just suggested they should. This is an issue because actually this means that any gigs or events, festivals, whatever else, have to be cancelled because it's the right thing to do, can't claim on their insurance. They just have to lose out because it's their choice to cancel it at the moment. They're not being forced to by the government. That means a lot of musicians, wedding photographers and other creatives are going to lose out massively, and already are. The government, in the UK at least, are not wanting to help the self-employed. They're allowing musicians to make a really difficult decision of whether they continue with finishing their tour or cancelling it and being massively out of pocket. It's not a case of someone being greedy because they really want all that money from them gigs. It's a case of, in a lot of cases, they need it to pay rent. And that in the long term is going to be devastating. There's probably going to be musicians who are doing fairly small tours, playing to maybe a couple of hundred people, that would have been touring this year but have had to cancel them and be out of pocket, and now probably have to get a different job if they don't already have another job, and therefore can't concentrate on their passion. There's a lot of wedding photographers who have had their clients cancel on them in the last couple of weeks because it's the right decision that they are cancelled. That's the really difficult part, because in other countries it is the government that is saying you have to close, and therefore the venues, the musicians, the photographers can claim on the insurance, whereas we can't in the UK. So what can we do about this? Well, I've already seen quite a few musicians that are now doing remote kind of studio sessions with other musicians so that they can record their bit and send it to them over Skype, and then they can send it backwards and forwards, and they can do stuff and they can still be creative in what they're doing. Obviously it's not the same as a tour that they could have been doing, but at least they're doing something. They're using their time where they might have to self-isolate or self-quarantine themselves, and being able to actually be productive in that time. What I think we should do, if there's any musicians or other creatives or photographers that you really want to support, then try to, in whatever capacity, buy whatever they already have, their music, their merchandise, or if it's photographers, buy their prints, whatever it is. And I get that actually this might be very difficult for some people because they've also lost their income or a huge part of it. If you have Spotify or Apple Music, have a playlist of your favourite musicians and just play it constantly. Yes, they won't get as much money as if you were to actually go and buy their album, but at least you're doing something to try and support them. And then if you find any musicians that actually stream on Twitch, say, go and actually support them and subscribe to them and just help them out wherever you can, because we all love music in some capacity or another. For most people, a way of being able to escape. And that's important even now, probably even more so now. And if you are, like me, a photographer, videographer, try and do what you can from home. Yes, it might not be the same, like I am not going to be photographing a gig anytime soon, but I'm going to be making videos, and I can make more of them now because I know that I'm not going to be doing gigs. So like for me, this is actually an opportunity to be able to do all the video ideas that probably would have been stretched over the next year, year and a half, and do them in the next few months. I'm one of the lucky ones where this isn't what pays the bills. I'm a full-time carer, so actually I'm still going to need to go to work. So this isn't going to affect me in the same way as it is other people who have to work from home or now can't work at all. So I'm quite lucky that I can actually still do this and still make videos while also still making an income. So if there's any way that I can actually help you in whatever it is that you do, whether it's you're a musician, a painter, photographer, a model, whatever it is you do, if you think that I can help you with my photography and videography, just let me know and I will do my best to. Try and do the things that you don't usually get to do, whether it's write more music, or for me, try experimenting a little bit more with different photography techniques. Just do something that means that you're being productive in this time where it all feels a bit lost. Above all, support each other and look out for one another. See ya!